Okay, we just took a look at a cube and a rectangular prism. Now we are going to take a look at a cylinder and a triangular prism. So make sure you have the notes printed off or just copy down everything that we do. We have a radius of 3 and a height of 8. So from our formula sheet, what is the formula of every prism? Well, V equals area of the base times height. A sub B times H. Now, what is the shape of the base? Well, we know that the area of the base, the area of the circle, is pi r squared. So we can simply just take that and put it into the formula. So V equals pi r squared, the area of the base, times height. Now, you could have just gone straight to your formula sheet and used that formula. Either way, V equals pi. I'm going to substitute with brackets, a radius of 3 squared times 8, the height of the prism, times 8. Let's use a dot for multiplication. Let's clean that up. V equals 3 squared is 9 times 8 is 72. 72 pi. Let's get some units. We've gone with centimeters. Excuse me, so that's going to be centimeters cubed. Now, keep in mind, we can leave the answer in terms of pi, or we can multiply those numbers together. 72 times pi is equal to, remember, pi is 3.14, 159, etc., to 26 point, however many decimals you want to go with. Let's go with 2 centimeters cubed. I'm going to circle both of those answers because both of those answers are good. Okay, let's take a look at a triangular prism. So if we draw a triangle and we draw another triangle and then we connect the corners, and let's give a base of 8 and a height of 3 and a height of the prism of 10 and a slant height of 5. I'm going to cross out that 5 because we're not using the slant height in the volume calculation. Either way, what is the formula for the volume? Well, we know the formula for the volume of every single prism is area of the base, A sub B, times height. Now, we know that in order to use the formula, the area of the base has to be the same as the top. So in the last page, when we did quadrilaterals, like cubes and rectangular prisms, it doesn't matter which one's the base. But specifically in a cylinder, the base is a circle, and in a triangular prism, the base is a triangle. I'm going to shade in the base. And that's a triangle. We know the formula is base times height divided by 2. So we can substitute. So V equals the formula for the area of the base again, base times height divided by 2 times. Now look at this. We have little h already. So I'm going to change it to be capital H, and I'm going to do it in red above. Being really careful which one is the height of the prism. The height, the distance from the base to the top, which are identical. So we can now substitute. So V equals, so the base of the triangle is 8 times the height of the triangle is 3 over 2 times the height of the prism 10. Now keep in mind, you might have to do Pythagoras to figure out one of these useful values. Either way, V equals, so let's do a little bit of cross-canceling that we learned from fractions in the last chapter. I have a 10 on the top, I have a 2 on the bottom. I can divide the top and bottom by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And I can simply just multiply the tops. 8 times 3 I don't want to do. 8 times 5 is 40. Times 3 is 120. And we can get some units in there, centimeters. And we can say centimeters cubed. Circle our answer. Great. So we've taken a look at a cube, a rectangular prism, a cylinder, and a triangular prism. Keep in mind, they might do composite shapes. They might put a triangular prism on top of a rectangular prism to have a house. Let's draw that. So we might have a rectangular prism, and they might have put a triangular prism on top of that, in which case you would find the volume of the rectangular prism and the triangular prism separately and then add them up. But you might be doing any combination of adding and subtracting. Always draw the shape carefully and individually find all of their parts.